tale with a twist begins here in Ingham, a small village in Lincolnshire, close to the places of interest that we had in mind to visit. Our holiday cottage was just across the road from the inn on the green, where we chose to have our evening meals. On one such occasion, the landlord suggested that we visit Gainsborough Old Hall. This was not on our agenda, but we took his advice. We heard that the hall is regularly described as a hidden gem. In fact, it is one of the most impressive and best preserved medieval manor houses in England. The hall was built by the noble Burr family around 1460. It is now owned by English Heritage and operated by the County Council. We are now in the Great Hall, with its timber-framed architecture and impressive oak roof beams. The hall links together the east and west ranges of the building. The east range formed the accommodation for its noble owners, while the west range was the senior staff accommodation and service areas. The Great Hall itself now displays reproduction furniture and furnishings. These create a good impression of how it may have looked during a medieval banquet. In the west range, we explored the medieval kitchen, one of the largest and best surviving in the country. The large fireplaces here were used for cooking on an industrial scale. The so-called panelled room in the east wing was once painted pale green. This was covered with dark varnish during the Victorian period. This is the upper great chamber. It dominates the first floor of the east range. Today, the room houses collections of furniture, objects and paintings collected by a group named Friends of the Old Hall. If you were a medieval lord of the manor, this was the room where you would get away from it all. The solar. Furnished here with modern reproductions typical of the 1400s, its function was a kind of private bedroom cum sitting room for the lord and his family. Famous visitors here included Richard III, Henry VIII, John Wesley and the Pilgrim Fathers. We also discovered, to my surprise at least, that in Victorian times a well-known local industrialist, engineer and inventor-to-be resided in the West Range with his family. His name was William Rose. The name Rose was familiar to me, so much so that I now felt the need to learn more about him when I got back home. Research revealed some interesting facts that I was previously unaware of. William Rose, born 1856, was an outstanding engineer involved in the design and manufacture of products ranging from packaging machines to aircraft gun turrets. He even built a few cars. Rose invented what is accepted as the world's first mechanical packaging machine. It was designed in partnership with Wills of Bristol and used to wrap tobacco. I find it interesting that Cadbury gave the name Roses to one of their confectionery products as a token of respect to the inventor of the machine used to wrap the product. The machine in question was and is still known as the Rose IST, short for Irregular Shaped Twist. Now here's the twist. I took this picture of my father, Wilfred Alders, tweaking a Rose IST. At the time, my dad was working as a sugar boiler manager at Tom Hodgson's Sweets. It was my dad who in 1951 got me my first job as an apprentice with a small local family-run engineering business, introducing me amongst other things to the repair and restoration of confectionery machinery, much of which was wrapping machinery produced by Rose Brothers. To cut a long story short, I spent the rest of my working days in the packaging industry, creatively and with a degree of success, thanks to my dad and his twist-wrapped sweets.